All right, so I thought I'd give you all a little rundown on what I'm wearing while I'm paddling. I thought I'd give some gear rundowns while I'm out here. Do that today. So while I'm by myself, always wear my life jacket. I've got a couple cargo pockets here for my cell phone and my safety whistle. I've also got some bungee cord just if I wanted to rig something up or lash something down in the canoe. Got a little bit of face sunscreen here, just a little quick access. Always wearing my hat. Because I am by myself, I always have my Zolio just clipped on my belt here and stashed in my pocket. I was keeping that in the life jacket for a while, but because I'm going to be doing the portages twice, I want to make sure that I always have it on me at all times. And then I've always got my bear spray and my knife just, in case I run into anything on the portages. Keep my sunnies on a little floaty thing so I can keep them attached. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Other than my paddling gloves, I've got my Be Free water container here, my water purifier / water bottle, and then I've got my paddling gloves in my pocket, but that's about it. Quick dry shirt, just some change of my muddy shorts, basically everything I can get wet here and not worry about it. The other thing is footwear, so I am wearing my, I guess these are Solomon Element boots, so they're kind of a mid-range but have the high support. Basically with these, this trip, I'm basically committed that okay, they're probably gonna get wet. I've got dry shoes. I did have a pair of Croc sandals, except for last night they broke, so I sent those home with Adam. But shoes have always been definitely the X factor for canoe trips for me. I've done Solomon water shoes, which were great, and they're awesome for getting in and out of the boat and not caring that they get wet, but they just don't have the support when you're carrying a canoe and a pack with you. So doing this, just committed to it. I know that some people I'm wearing the same socks basically. I'll change eventually. We're on day 3 here, but try to keep some camp socks versus boat socks. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Let me know what you do for footwear. Leave it in the comments. Anyway, I'm going to pack up here and then I'll show you the rundown of how I pack up the boat. Okay, so as for packing the boat, basically, I've got in the back, just behind me, I've got my food bag / gear bag. It's the heaviest, so putting that towards the back. I then also have my little tripod beside it. And with these small boats, you've got a removable yoke. So I've left it on here just to show you, but you just turn those knobs on either side to take it off. And I stash that just behind. And then I've got my clothing / tent bag, sleeping bag, all that kind of stuff, the home bag I call it, up in front here. That also won't floating away on me. So I've also got my little GoPro controller. The blue bag there is my snacks and bug spray, which I haven't used, thankfully. Sunscreen, all that quick access stuff. I do have a little speaker. Now, I don't listen to that very loud at all, and I rarely do it. It also helps me balance out, but I keep it strapped under there with a little ski strap. Definitely not blaring it whatsoever. So I know there are some people that are very against music, and music is one of my favorite things in life other than canoeing. So putting them together in a beautiful place like this with some good tunes on low and just chilling is something that I do truly enjoy. But you have to be respectful. Anytime I see someone coming along, I'll turn the music off, wait until they pass, and then turn some on again. But this trip I haven't been listening to too much, just been contemplating, the beautiful scenes and just soaking it all in. So yeah, let's finish off the Petawawa, and I'll go through both these bags later on tonight at camp. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at the home bag, as I call it, first. Okay, so this is what sits at the front of the boat. It's the lighter of the two bags, and it's the one that I take, that I wear when I'm carrying the canoe. Let's go through this bag. So first, I've got 2 pillows. Yes, this is an overkill, but you know, I'm out here for 10 days and I wanted to be comfy. Usually I get it, if the first thing that I start getting from a bad sleep out camping is a crank in the neck, so having 2 really helps me out with that. Next up, I've got my little Pelican case. This is all my electronics, so one of my battery banks, all the GoPro chargers and batteries, all the cords, my headlamp. I keep my headlamp in here because I've broken so many headlamps from, I think, just throwing the bag down, and it's just jarred the headlamp. So I've learned my lesson. Extra bag here just for, I think that's got my wallet and a GoPro headlamp or head strap. Okay, I've got my Arc'teryx Atom jacket in here for at night. I've got 2 bags of clothing. So these 2 guys, basically this is 2 pair. There's like a daytime and a nighttime. So daytime has like I've got a total of 2 of these kind of quick dry shirts, 2 t-shirts, cotton t-shirts for at night, a long sleeve kind of hoodie like this, 2 pairs of pants, my pair of shorts. I think I've got 4 boxers and 4 pairs of socks, and then a Woolrich over jacket, which I haven't had to pull out at all. It's actually been pretty warm at night so far. I've got a quick dry towel. I've got my this is my little Thermarest bag to help blow up my big thermi. I do have my canoe lock in here, or cord, which I have to travel around with me, and the padlock to lock my boat up when I get to my endpoint. I've got my sleeping bag here. This has 2 Thermarest little pillow shams that I put those inflatables into. So this is, God, I forget the name. It's a mech bag that's rated to 0 and non-mummy, synthetic. Okay, then I've got my tent, which is in these 3 bags. I've got my ground sheet, and then I've got my tent and my fly. The reason I keep it in each a different one is, like, wake up in the morning, your fly's wet, you can just stuff it into one of those sacks. It's not going to get everything else wet. So that's kind of the idea. And I find it's easier to have multiple small little things to shift around in the nooks and crannies of your bag than having one big item. Tent poles. And I should say this is the MSR Hubba Hubba HP. It's more of like a shoulder season tent that my wife and I use up in the mountains. I've got a poncho from Adam that he let me borrow. I've got my axe. It's not really for the home bag, but it's just to distribute the weight a little bit better. I've got my big old Thermarest Neo Air. This is definitely one of the bigger kind of luxury items. Like this, I've got Neo Airs that are much smaller than this, but again, out here for 10 days, this is like about that thick. I'm a side sleeper, and this really helps me stay comfy out here. And then that's about it. Another luxury item here. I've got my little, what is this, Black Diamond tent lantern. Brought this when I saw that there could be some nights of rain in my ahead of me, so, you know, nice for reading. I do have an extra garbage bag here given to me by the park officials, but I've got my own Sea to Summit garbage bag, which I'll show you all in a bit. Just a bag for the tripod and then my tent pegs. So yeah, that is the rundown of the home bag. Okay, so let's go through the gear bag here. Okay, there's a lot of loose stuff, but a cool new addition here. I love bags, but this bag is my favorite bag. This is the toilet paper bag. Sea to Summit, you can like hang it. There's a little thing, little like stick that goes across that detaches. So you can actually put a roll of teepee in here and you can hang it from a tree and actually pull it out. Got some hand sani in there as well. Got my e-reader, some extra sunscreen. I've got my coffee cup. Usually ends up in here because I sometimes take it with me in the boat. I've got 2 cans of gas for this trip. Because I'm doing dehydrated meals, bars, and oatmeal. I didn't really want to go to the effort of doing fires for all of my meals, so doing more of what I'm used to in the mountains and dealing with stuff that way. Got my toiletries in here. Got Adam's saw, which he let me borrow. I've got my baler boat kit. What's next? I got some Gorilla Tape here that Adam left just in case I need to make any repairs. The last of the bourbon. Tragedy struck last night, and I left the bourbon out in one of those wine bladders, and I left it where I shouldn't have, and Adam stepped on it by mistake and lost about a half a liter of bourbon. So this is all that's left. It's gonna be for special occasions. Okay, what else do I have in here? I have got my chair, which is a lifesaver on a long trip like this. I've got a pair of camp shoes. I keep a pair of socks in here just in case I need them, but really looking forward to putting those on. This would be my rain jacket. I've got some rain pants somewhere else in here. First aid kit. Let's get the big sucker out of the way. So this is my food bag. This is basically 10 days of food, or not 10 days, 7 days of food. So we'll go through that here in a second. And what's next? We got bear rope. We've got my kitchen kit. There's the rain pants. Lightweight tarp. I've got an extra big dry bag in here so I can put loose stuff with scent in there, but we were also using it, Adam and I, for our other food for the first few days. Another great idea I got from Adam, bringing a pair of work gloves for gathering wood, doing things around the fire, just extra safe item. I do have a couple like loose bags that I can use for laundry or doing if I wanted to put like a extra layer away to have on hand, I could do that. I've got a few extra Ziploc bags in case I need them for wet items going home. And then I've got this cool Sea to Summit garbage bag, which I have to reset up. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but you put a bag into this bag, just like a regular old kitchen garbage bag, and then you can roll it like a stuff sack, have it open, hang it from a tree. Really nifty. Though I have a feeling I'm not going to have too much garbage on this trip. And other than that, my bear bell, which I hang onto the food when I hang it up. I've got a little clothesline, and I've got an air horn here, which I'm going to start bringing to my tent at night in case of bears, to scare them off, or to scare myself if I hit it in the middle of the night by mistake. So yeah, that's the rundown here. I can get into the food a little bit later, but I think I'm going to put some of this stuff away and then go for a swim. Okay, thought I'd go over my food here. Alright, so right up top I've got some stuff for making juice, either just electrolyte or just regular juice. I don't know, Rockin' Tang for some orange drink. I also have a couple Noons, which I've mixed one of those up here. A couple extra Ziplocs. Got some meat sticks here, which I'll probably pack for my long day tomorrow. Got a little bit of canola oil. I was planning on using most of this for fish, but won't be doing that now. So I've also got that to do the papadums for any curry dishes or maybe some others. I do have some leftover rice from Haji and my second dinner, but yeah, these are the ones that I was talking about, that they're, you know, just ready in 2 minutes, it says. We kind of took a little bit longer than that, but doing it over the fire is different than the stove. Okay, so I've got some syrup in one of these little squeeze bottles. I do put it in a Ziploc bag just as an extra precaution, and also for scent. Breakfast. So I've got just a bunch of oatmeals. I think there's about 10 in here. So I've got a couple extra because I also have pancake mix. And then I've got some walnuts to put into the oatmeal. Also put like a little, you know, maybe some maple syrup in there, depending on how I feel. I also have got this instant coffee, which is got basically it's got sugar and it's coconut creamer, so it's kind of like a instant bullet coffee. People either like it or they don't, but I really dig it. It's like coffee is another thing that I always go back and forth of bringing, like a press, and I find like this is just super easy. Like hit the jet boil with a bit of water, rock oatmeal, pour a coffee, and then I'm out the door. So that's what I'm doing for breakfasts. Snacks, I've got some wasabi peas here. Oh, that's the pancakes as well. I've got pancakes for breakfast, so I'll do probably 2 of those. Rest of snacks, so this is actually the bulk of my weight, I would say. So I've got like some gummies. I love gummies, so I've got those as some kind of dessert or like during the day. I've also got some dried mangoes, which I ate like half of one of these packs today. Got a few other meat sticks in here, and then I've also got these Cliff blocks, which my wife uses on bike trips. She does a lot of bike trips with her friend Molly, and she swears by these, kind of break through that break through the wall that you're hitting. So I've got a couple of those. I will definitely pack one of those for tomorrow. I've got a little bit of sriracha that I was planning on using with, I brought some fish fry, so I was going to use that with the fish, but I could also add it to some of the dehydrated meals that I've got. Then kind of like my lunches, so I basically just do bars. I've got Cliff Bar or something along those lines, one for every single day, and then also a fruit bar for every single day. So I usually will pack one of each of those, and then a snack of some sort, and that's pretty much what I'm rocking throughout the day. some dried fruit, you know, do it on the portage or take a little break before, have a little snack. And then I also have, I think there's like 4 instant packs of cup of soup. So it's like if there's a rainy day and I just want to pull over and warm up a little bit, I can rock the jet boil and have like a warm, you know, soup to heat myself back up if I'm cold. So that's lunches. And then, oh, I've got a little butter as well for my pancake. Thank you. Drive through. Okay, and then lastly, I've got all of my dinners. So, oh, this is eight dinners total. I had a few extra, but I pulled out. So I've got 1 extra dinner in here, and then this is in, you know, a big giant Ziploc, which is a little bit more awkward than I wish I had gotten a smaller one, but it is what it is. And then they're all in this Ursack. So this is it's a Kevlar bag, and it's, you know, bear resistant kind of thing and rodent resistant. So you just fill it up, tie this so it's super tight up top, so there's no way anything can get inside, and you make a really strong knot there, and then hang it up, and no mice or anything are going to be able to chew through it or anything like that. So that's why everything is in Ziploc bags, and a couple are double Ziploc bag, just because there's no smell protection with this like there is a barrel. But personally, I don't love carrying a barrel, and I would much rather rock 2 of the Sea Line bags if I have to do 2 bags. So yeah, just been enjoying the site. Went for a swim, cleaned myself up a little bit, let my feet dry out, and changed, obviously. So yeah, gonna contemplate what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight, and then get all of my snacks and my food kind of ready for tomorrow. I'm gonna put it in a separate Ziploc so I can just pull it out of the bag right at the beginning of the day and be ready to rock instead of digging everything out. So maybe I'll do that just in general moving forward, but definitely for tomorrow I want to get up and go.